And we're back, a little bit of a longer break, getting our wonderful teams back into our lobbies for our second series of the week 1 of PIEA. We're back, everybody, with some more action. Of course, we have the return of Central Bucks South up against Carlisle High School, and we had a great series last time with Penn Manor getting a 2-0 up against Garnet Valley. Will this be much the same? Will we see a much more closer game? Well, we'll see in just a best of 3. Hopefully, we'll see who comes out on top.
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, these are two namesake teams that once again we kind of get to watch here in week number 1. Central Bucks, famous for having feels like domination over the whole of their territory. They've got a lot of different Central Bucks teams that always seem to perform very, very well. So it'll be interesting to see. For the Bison of Carlisle, I want to see how they look kind of going from fall to spring, how they've adapted into the new meta. And you talked about it. We've got all these brand new heroes for everybody to try out and play. Some more underwhelming, some more overwhelming than others. But at the end of the day, we saw Shunem come out and just say, I'm not playing the meta. I'm going to do something different. So for a lot of these players, it's about that comfortability factor at the base level, especially if they've been practicing with their team and practicing the exact comp they want to bring.
No, for sure. And sometimes the most simple matters, like Tracer, for example, as you mentioned from our previous series, can triumph over your more meta-defining characters like Vendetta, for example. We're going to go straight into our first map of this second series. Of course, we're going to be following a very set map type and order. So, of course, we're going to see Ilios once again, this time returning us back over to the well, but with a whole bunch different characters. We have the Winston from the Quickster, a return of the Winston. Of course, on the side of Carlisle, already seeing a new character, Emre from Reaper Better.
Yeah, interesting here for Carlisle. We got word that their extra player is going to join us here for map number 2. So possibly playing this one into a 4v5, or we'll see if Central Bucks South just respects the 4v4 and French Ed doesn't select. But at the moment, I'm excited to see the Quickster. I think the Quickster and Arti, two of the standout stars from this team, working well with Brayden. They can beat almost anybody. And with the Winston as well, you can just target this backline super early. Bill Clinton taken down to half. The healing is nice, though, from the teammate.
Absolutely. Now the point is opening up here, Llama. We had to make sure that Central Bucks South are able to take that in their favor. As you see, French is sitting out to respect that 4v4. Now going over to that Kiriko, as we did lose out on Brayden. Arti, a double kill, triple kill coming in for the Central Bucks South as Carlisle leave only the gamer back in the spawn room. We have our 5th player joining the lobby, thankfully at the right time. Only 3% garnered for Central Bucks South.
It's a lovely takedown there. For Central Bucks South, they really started well, especially with the Quickster who got that opener, but Arti, it's that backline damage, earns themselves a double kill onto 2 really big members, and Arti, the Winston, gonna drop that bubble. Hook gonna go no good, and as that bubble drops, they back up to safety. 20% already built up here. Carlisle needs to find an answer, and maybe taking down Arti is the answer they needed.
That's so unfortunate because Quickster was trying to reset on that high ground, got booped away, and then gets slept and anti-naded and has to retreat again. While that was happening, the gamer got an insanely great hook into melee kill onto that Sojourn. Of course, Arti should be able to come back really soon, of course, with the overclock in tow. Still going to see a lot of contesting coming in from the Central Bucks, as we do see the overclock open up the field, taking care of not just the Emre, but also the Reaper, or excuse me, not the Reaper, the Roadhog, and Arti finds a 4K. 1-3 with the overclock, 1 with regular primary fire.
Just a lovely job there to get inside that backline again, and Arti bouncing back from a mistake. The first to die in that team fight comes back, and Arti's already winning the 1v1, takes down Buggo by a railgun shot to the backline. For Carlisle, they need to strike now. They've only got about 35% left, and the Quickster finds the backline as Akramus is taken down.
Ooh, but one good pull into the brig. Whip shot is going to be the end-all be-all for that Winston's reign of terror in that backline. And same thing with Arti. My goodness, the consistency from the gamer has been so good with these hook shots on the opposition. Now all we can do is give up the point back over to Carlisle. Now one more, and that takes the soldier right through the bubble. The whole hog comes onto the brig, and I actually think that IHOP Pancakes was able to actually reset on that backward staircase. So we do stabilize and stay alive here for Central Bucks.
I will note, IHOP Pancakes, probably one of the best names we have seen, not only this week, but all of the year long. Arti's got the headshot onto Reaper better, and with the front line taken down, the V-Gamer is already taken down to half, tries to replenish that HP. The rally is there, the nano is there, but little does it matter because it's a triple ultimate from Central Buck South, and the monkey is out. Everybody eats, Arti double kills, and Central Buck South are back in the driver's seat.
Oh my goodness. Absolutely wonderful retake, especially in the face of a nanoed Roadhog who is looking to shut down the visor from Brayden, the Quickster. A little bit too far in, but you know what? You take that distraction, you take that kill to mitigate these guys from going on the objective and making sure that the Central Buck South are able to garner up that first round in their favor. Moving forward from the well, excuse me, maybe now onto, again, the ruins.
My favorite of the three. I mean, you've got the ability to bounce your opponents off the edge and then just a literal fighting pit in the middle. Central Buck South, though, with the early lead here in this map, they've got to win one more sub-map, and they'll take the map in tow. They're not going to change anything. For Carlisle, they're going to make a couple of changes and bringing out some of the new meta.
I like Emre here. I really do. We're going to see also not just Emre, but also the possible mirror match. Oh, no, not anymore. The gamer goes over to Doomfist, but the Quickster is going to be absolutely taking over that Domina and Chromis on Mizuki. I do like the character. With the Ana, I'm pretty tuned in to how that composition can be synergized in that backline. But as we see Doomfist going in from the gamer, that's gonna be a big thing. The pushback from Dom is gonna be so good. But one good punch, one fatal fall from Arti. How dare you be in the midst of a Doomfist player? Same thing with this Echo. Brayden taken down right after.
The forward pressure that Carlisle is providing now, the V-Gamer and the Quickster just getting trades back and forth. The damage is good, but Quickster actually was dropped super low. The V-Gamer baited into the back line as Arti gets the respawn, gets inside. Carlisle might have gotten first touch, but they are now limited on that overall resources. The extra plasma beam connects, and the Quickster on the primary finds a double kill.
Beautiful. Walking up to the backline of the Mizuki and the Ana. Extremely well done. Now finding even later staggers onto Reaper. Better onto the Doomfist as well. Now we're basically in their spawn room. 97%. Now having the ultimate online for the Domino. Shooting off that spawn area. Now retreats a little bit here. A little bit of pushback. I love this kid from Domino. I'm not going to lie. I love her, dude. Great character. Good retreat from the Quickster. Here comes next fight. Not going over to Sigma.
Feels like one of the better new additions to the Overwatch roster, and here comes that ultimate, just trapping them inside those Prism shields and blocking out with a shield of their own. Central Buck South with control, even in a 5v5, where they won a 5v4 against Carlisle in that map 1. Quickster just demolishes them as the Prisms explode. The V-Gamer only gets one back before IHOP Pancakes and Friendshed find their men. 3 isolated kills. Central Buck South is just rolling.
They really are. Over half of the point in their favor. Carlisle now only working with the Nano. Could go for the Nano overclock here with Buggo only 5% away from their very own. However, the Bucks are giving up on that continued rush and the rally, both of which can be great setbacks for Carlisle to deal with. That being said, Rock Array committed early from our tank of the V-Gamer. Now, 70% is on the field. You have to go for touch. You have to get the flip here, now or never. It might not be never. There goes Mizuki, taken down early by Arti as always.
I mean, such a good push forward from the Quickster on that side angle. Allowed Arti to develop here into this backline. And Brayden takes down Buggo. The health bars just disappear. The healing was never enough. And IHOP Pancakes doubles up as the Brig. And Acro has nowhere to go. A takedown from the Quickster should theoretically end things, but a hamster ball says otherwise.
98, 99, one low touch. It does happen. Hold on. We do have a touch here coming in from the wrecking ball from the V-Gamer, but it's very short-lived. Not even able to proc the adaptive shields in time, and that's going to be the end of the line for at least this first round, this first map of the series. Central Buck South already in this best of 3, going to be on match point.
It's a little bit questionable from going from that sub-map 1 to map 2, because again, Carlisle gained another player, but it is just Arti firing on all cylinders. You talk about the Soldier and what they were able to do, especially with this ultimate late, hitting headshots, hitting follow-ups, and then sliding in for this quadra kill, perfectly timing those railgun shots, but also playing well with the team, I think, was the most important thing. You talk about how they were garnering different angles in those team fights towards that submap number 2. Carlisle is going to have to respond